I'm learning Spanish again, and it's so hard for me to understand native speakers. And if you're studying English, I know I and my fellow native speakers can be very difficult to understand. I struggled with this myself in college when I studied in the Dominican Republic, and then after college when I studied German in Germany for 6 months. I get it. So when I started teaching English, it was so important to me to develop a technique to help students hear English differently, to be able to join conversation and not just be stuck in written communication. The technique involves learning a specific aspect of spoken English with your mind. We do that through a video, then training that into your body with audio exercises, and then getting feedback from teachers along the way. And I've been helping students with this technique for over 5 years now, and it works.
And to the rest of you guys, like myself, keep working hard because it's working and I'm so happy.
You'll hear more from him soon. Wouldn't you love right now to practice, say, a tricky sound in American English or a reduction and have a teacher say, "Yes, that sounds perfect," or "Wait, that reduction still needs to be shorter. Try this." The best way to feel confident speaking English is to get help and guidance from trained teachers. And can you believe you get that as a part of my online school, Rachel's English Academy? I'm going to introduce you to 6 fantastic teachers today and show you how they can guide you through the materials in my academy for transformation and success in your spoken English, confidence that you can almost not imagine. On November 5, I turn 43, and to celebrate my birthday, I'm offering a huge sale, the last one of the year, 81% off your intro month in the Academy with the code Rachel43. The sale is for 5 days only. It ends Sunday, and you can end your subscription at any time if you don't feel like this method and these teachers work for you. What's my academy? Well, this is the 30-second elevator pitch. It's an online training ground for spoken English. We teach the concept, we give you the audio to train that concept into your habits, and then we give you the teacher resources to check in to make sure you're on the right track with your training. Hundreds of exclusive videos and audio lessons, a method for self-training and self-improvement, a reshaping of your habits and ideas about speaking English, teacher feedback and support, all online, all available 24/7 for you to work on as it fits your schedule. One of the most important things we can do for you in the Academy is change how you hear English. This is Tom, one of our teachers that you may work with in the Academy.
It's the idea of learning how to listen. Because I think if you kind of train your ear to begin hearing the musical qualities of American English, it makes it a lot easier to imitate.
Do you recognize Tom? He's been teaching with me for over 10 years, and he's been in my YouTube and Facebook videos before. If you're in my academy, you can work with Katie. She talks about how, with the method and materials in the academy, students start to hear things they didn't hear before.
One thing that's happened to me as I've been working with the students from Rachel's English Academy is after a couple of weeks or so with the daily practice, they come back and say, "Wow, I can understand things in conversation that I had no idea were happening before." Just even little things like reductions and flap T's, some of the things that are so characteristic of American English.
Isn't that fantastic? That's what makes us unique. These are your teachers. Most of the work is done on your own with the best method and materials available, but then how do you know you're doing it right? You're not doing this alone. Through our private groups, you're not only with a team of teachers, but all the other students too. This is one of our students, Al.
I've imitated so many Hollywood scenes, as many as possible. And of course, imitating so many scenes on movies or TV shows without knowing the technique was hard. Like, I constantly made mistakes and nobody even corrected me. Until I found this academy, Rachel's English Academy. And I can say this academy has been my lifesaver.
Al had the right idea, but since she wasn't learning the language with the supercharged brain of a young child, she needed a little bit more concrete information and guidance, which is what she got in the academy. And with that information and guidance, the change in students can be truly amazing. This is our teacher, Laura, talking about seeing and noticing the change in students through students' hard work.
Sometimes I'll be working with somebody and we'll be working on something and we'll put it aside for now. They'll keep visiting it in their practice time. And then when I see them again, maybe some time has gone by and they're using it as if it's just a natural part of their speech now. And I love hearing that. I love noticing that.
That's the best part, hearing a student speak naturally and comfortably. Now, because we're talking about changing a habit here, that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen just watching a video and learning something. You have to add training. I wish I could do that part for you, but I can't. It's best to sign up for the Academy only if you have a minimum of 15 minutes a day to learn the tips and tricks about what makes American English sound American, and then the training to bring those qualities into your own voice and body. I asked Josh, another one of our fantastic teachers, to talk about what he notices in successful students, and guess what? It goes back to listening.
My favorite success stories with students in the Academy are those for the students who really get their ears tuned into the sound of English, and it really opens up the way they listen and what they say and how they use the language. Sometimes students spend a lot of time working on an individual sound, but once you can actually train them and get them to actually notice that difference, it changes everything about the way they approach it, and they really get motivated from that.
In the Academy, we cover every topic in spoken English: placement and pitch, melody and intonation, rhythm, all the sounds, reductions, and more. I asked our teachers what their favorite course is and why. This is Ms. Stokes' answer.
Without question, the Stress 3 course is my favorite. It's the place where you get the most bang for your buck. Your time investment pays off so much in that course. I don't know a better place to improve rhythm and just to immediately sound so different in terms of the prose, the thought groups, just the style of your speech.
Stress 3 is my personal favorite too. It focuses on reductions. You put in the time training, you get a huge reward. Now let's meet Alicia, another one of the students in my academy. She's going to talk about what she thinks transforms students the most.
The other thing that I think helps students really transform in the academy is getting specific direct feedback from teachers in the Facebook and community groups, in one-to-one lessons, and in WhatsApp classes. So this combination of practicing with the soundboards and then getting really specific personal feedback from teachers is the winning combination to help improve your English and help achieve your goals.
I just love the investment that our teachers make in our students and the investment that our students make in themselves. Katie said it really well.
The Facebook and community group students are total badasses. They post videos of themselves practicing with the content in Rachel's English Academy, and we as teachers get a glimpse into what they're working on. We get to help them make adjustments and give them feedback on how they're doing. It's so beneficial for them. Also, they are just so encouraging and supportive of each other. Everybody is working on the same journey. They may be working specifically on different things in the academy, but they learn from each other and they get to support each other throughout this process, and it's so fun to see.
Our students uplift each other. You sign up for the Academy, you get access to all the materials, the videos with the tips and tricks, the audios to train with. Every day you log on and step through the method. And in the community groups, the students and the teachers motivate and support each other. So now is the time, now is your chance to get started in the Academy and save some money with this discount code, our last sale of the year to celebrate my birthday, another lap around the sun, get access to the materials, the methods, and yes, these teachers in our private community group just for students. You post a video of one of the challenges we give you, and you get personalized feedback, often a video from our teachers. The code is Rachel43 for 81% off your first month. What do our students think about the teachers? This is Kostas. He's a longtime student active in the community.
I haven't stopped since then, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop because Rachel and her team, they gave me hope. They gave me hope. And, you see, back then, I would never dare to try to do an American accent. I would never dare. I would, even if I was in a private room and I would try to do an American accent, sometimes I would cry. I would just, I would turn into a red apple, and I would just shut down. I would hear my voice trying to do an American accent, and I would just start crying immediately, because it would trigger me that I will never become what I want to become. I will never be able to compete with all these Australian actors that so easily can do American accent, and I will never be equal. And it really hurts. It really hurts. And when you try so hard and you don't have someone to back you up. But when I met Rachel through Rachel's English Academy, I got her and her team to back me up.
Kostas, we do have your back, and I am so glad for your successes. Since posting that video, he's been cast in a play where he has to have an American accent.
Now I'm practicing this. This is a script. It's a script for a play here in Melbourne. I wouldn't be able to do this play if it wasn't for Rachel and her team. If I didn't have Rachel and her team, this simply wouldn't be possible right now. So, thank you, Rachel, and your team, and to the rest of you guys, like myself, whatever level you are at, keep working hard, because it's working, and I'm so happy that it's working, because now I can do this, and I'm following my dream, and who knows where I'm going to be in a year from now, because now I can pick up the script and apply everything I've learned and I'm keep learning, and polish my accent, my punctuation, and and I just know, I read and I know how to say the word. It's just perfect. It's wonderful. And I own everything to Rachel and her team. So thank you.
Kostas, we are so proud of you. You've put in the time. You continue to put in the time. You're an inspiration. A lot of my students don't need to sound American. After all, accents are beautiful. They just want to be more confident and fluent in speaking English. And our teachers, through our private communities, help them. This is Ella, a student from China.
I also like the big support team from the academy. Like, all the teachers in this team are awesome. Every time when I submit my own recording to the Facebook group, the teacher can always identify my mistakes, small mistakes that I could have never realized myself, and they always give me very clear and easy to follow instructions to improve.
The teachers can be so precise in their feedback because we're using video. I really find this so effective. This is Dave.
Then the second part about this academy, which is I like about, is that they have a beautiful and caring staff. So each time I upload my video challenge on the community group, I usually get like a feedback within 1 or 2 days or so, which is very efficient in my personal opinion. Even though these mistakes are tiny or small, but I think this is very important to me because I was able to incorporate these small mistakes into my daily speaking habits, and I think in long-term runs has a prolonged effect in my pronunciation skills. So these feedbacks are very valuable, and no other classes would able to do that, I say.
And you already know Al.
The teachers are so encouraging and very expert. They can correct my mistakes in the most specific way, so I I can just change my habit. I can see my improvements, and now I can feel so confident in my English. And I really, really want you to also feel what I feel when you speak in English.
This is Gabriela from Brazil.
Through the Facebook group, I met my colleagues and the teachers. So there I can post my videos and I have fast feedback from my colleagues and teachers. And actually in my first posted video, I got surprised when I saw a comment with a video from a teacher. So it was amazing because it was a video about my improvements, about what I was doing, about that post that I did. So it was specific for me, it was specific for that assignment, it was specific for that post. So yeah, it was an amazing feedback for me.
All of you students inspire us teachers to hone our craft and keep working hard to become better teachers. I can't tell you how lucky I feel to be a part of this community of teachers and students, all supporting one another, knowing one another, caring about one another. It's such an uplifting and motivating group of people, so come join our academy. I want to see you there. Tom wants to see you there.
I love the Facebook group. I love the community group in the academy because I think that the students are unbelievably brave to share their practice with the community. And what is great, and the reason that I love those communities so much, is that it is a safe place to share your practice. People are unbelievably supportive. There are so many moments where someone will share a video and they'll get lots of comments saying, wow, way to go, you sound awesome. I'm so inspired to go work on that material now. And that kind of connection, student to student, that wouldn't happen without those spaces, the Facebook group and the community group. And so to me, being able to be there as a teacher to provide, really positive, constructive feedback to kind of help a student understand where they may still have challenges, but also to highlight for them where they're having successes, and to create a space where you can kind of feel that forward moving energy of progress, of getting better. That to me is what that Facebook group is, that community group. And it's an awesome thing to be a part of. So, as a teacher, I get to be a part of it because I'm offering kind of concrete feedback for what you can do to improve, what you can do to kind of continue on your path. But other students are also kind of chiming in with their thoughts, and most of the time just lots of motivation, and it's really inspirational to be in there and see all of that activity. It's a lot of great energy.
Laura wants to see you there.
For me, as a teacher, I get to check in on people's progress as they work through the daily plan. And it's great to see people who stick with it for a long time, and you can hear them work through each module and improve and keep getting smoother and smoother and clearer in their language.
Josh wants to see you there.
I love the attitude that the students bring to the academy. They're all so motivated to learn, and they're all so grateful for all the help they get through the academy.
Alicia wants to see you there.
I love that I'm meeting students from around the world and that I'm helping them improve their English and reach their goals. I love seeing students encourage each other, support each other, and cheer each other on in these groups. And I also love seeing their progress over time. I love seeing the students come in Module 1 and then work through one challenge at a time and just get better and better and better.
Katie wants to see you there.
It's been so great just getting to know all of them. They also have such a strong desire and motivation to speak English and to better themselves. I'm so impressed by them. They are willing to put in the hard work and just super dedicated. So I love getting to know them.
Ms. Stokes wants to see you there.
These are people who are highly motivated, self-driven, goal-driven, and I'm continually inspired at how much progress they're able to make at their own pace.
To hear more from Kostas, Ella, and my other students, see this video or the link in the video description. And be sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube and turn on notifications so that we can keep in touch. I make new videos on the English language every week, and I'd love to see you back here. For now, keep your learning going with this video, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about the Academy. I can't wait to see you there. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.